just unraveled in a lot of different ways with the injuries and obviously this losing streak going into the Olympic break. But knowing that you have some relief with some people coming back, what are your emotions heading into this month-long break?
I mean, I think emotions are, stable. I mean, those can't really ever allow those to drive or define, how you respond in situations. And yeah, I think emotions are fine. Everything that is happening is under our control for the most part. Played against another good team tonight. They were doing a lot of good things, moving the basketball, sharing it. But we had our opportunities. And so we just have to, take a little step away from it for a bit, but, we'll get back to work individually and collectively and, be prepared to start, the season back again in mid-August and really, look at it as a new opportunity to come out and play one game at a time and give ourselves a chance to win every night and then go from there. You can't, no do-overs for the first 19 games and you can't play the next 13 games at once. So, I think overall, it's going to be good for our group to, get some time away. A lot of our players have had to carry much more responsibility and work than, what they or any of us envisioned coming in. So they deserve this opportunity to step away for a bit. And then we'll get back to work, in a couple of weeks.
Hey, Erica. Seems like this first half of the season, you've kind of settled in as the team's kind of floor leader out there, primary ball handler, knowing when to look for your shot, when to get your teammates involved. Just, as you guys continue to build this culture here, despite the losses that you've had in terms of injuries and the tough stretch of the season here, just what have you seen out of this group that gives you reason to be optimistic at all, going into the second half of the season?
I mean, the one thing you can't question is our effort. We down bodies and we still trying to get it done. We still turn teams over. We still getting more shots. It's just more so us being down bodies and just not making shots and just finishing plays that's kind of easy. So just going into this break, I think that it came at the perfect time. We all need it. But just when we come back and just get back in the gym, we should have everybody back and healthy. So just focus on how we can just gel together and put the ball in the basket. Because like I said, I've been telling the media for the past weeks and games that we probably the best defensive team. So it's more so offense for us.
Hey, Erica, so what are your plans for the next month? How much of it's going to be basketball? How much of it's going to be relaxing? How are you going to balance that?
I'm going to definitely take a break mentally and physically. It's been tough, but, this is my job. This is what I signed up for. So I'm going to take at least about 4 days off, but I'm going to definitely put the ball back in my hand because I'm a type of player that can easily get out of shape very fast. So I don't think I'll be away from basketball too long. But I'm going to definitely take a mental and physical break, at least 4 or 5 days.
Hey, Brittney. Earlier, Coach Fisher was talking about how this team's really starting to develop, that grit needed to win games, that, even though it may not have translated into wins, that you're still developing that mindset in terms of, just not rolling over and continuing to stay in games. I mean, with that grit and toughness, that's you, that's how you play. Just how do you, what have you seen in terms of that? And how do you keep that up, in the second half to maybe start translating into some wins once you get everybody back?
Well, thank you for that. I think it's just one of those things where we just have to continue to put our words into actions. Like we said, we wanted to become the toughest team to score against. We said we wanted to be a tough team that when teams play basketball, they got to play their best basketball against us. And I think we have done a really good job. Obviously people are going to say, well, did you win or did you lose? But in a way, we've won a lot of these games for ourselves. We've won those games where in the early season, when we get down by 10 or 15, it keeps going. Now we stop the bleeding a little bit earlier and we're starting to learn, to take care of those possessions. So we just got to keep doing it. We just got to keep fighting.
At 6-13, you have 13 games left. I talked with Erica about this. how does adversity fuel you?
Personally, I feel like throughout my career and obviously throughout life, I feel like adversity has been my best friend in a sense to where it's always a moment when things are going good, or there's moments where things are just going bad, and it's like, what are you going to do? That's what I ask myself. Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to fold? Are you going to give in? Are you going to complain? Or are you going to keep playing hard? Are you going to keep playing tough and just control the things you can control? And I think personally, I got out of myself a little bit with the refs. I was talking to them a little too much. So yeah, just that adversity, when it hits, you just punch it back. That's how I see it. We just got to punch it back, and we do that. But for me, yeah, I think it just makes me a better person. I play harder because I like a little something on my back, because then I got a little extra to play something for.